So tell me about your song, The Albertan.
Well, my grandpa came over from England in the 1950s and brought his family to basically restart his life. And he knew nothing about Canada, knew nothing about Alberta, and he moved to Carstairs. And he just, while he was always Scottish and always had that background, he learned to really love Alberta. And I kind of wanted to write a song about that, about the waves of immigration and the people who came to love and live in Alberta.
1, 2, 3.
Tossed canoes along the rivers, loaded down with beaver skin, ports along the Athabasca, on the path of David Thompson. Always said I'd save my money, go back home and find a wife, but I found a Dene maiden, and the ports are now my life. I wasn't born here, but I'll die here. My children and their children live their lives here. Alberta's just a place I chose from. Alberta's in my blood and it's my home. From the northern German forests I sailed far across the seas, seeking out a new life, a new homestead for my family. Cold hard winters and hard work, tilling land and clearing pine. But I'm free to live my life in land that's truly mine. I wasn't born here, but I'll die here. My children and their children live their lives here. Alberta's just a place I chose from. Alberta's in my blood and it's my home. Alberta or Australia, flip the coin, heads or tails. Promised work out by Carstairs, so from England I set sail. He struck oil in the Duke, set down the plow to chase black gold. For all my journeys now, it's a life that's taken hold. I wasn't born here, but I'll die here. My children and their children live their lives here. Alberta's just a place I chose from. Alberta's in my blood and it's my home. Alberta's in my blood and it's my home.
Tell me about some of your influences.
I come from more from an acoustic blues background, so people like Mississippi John Hurt would be a big influence. It's kind of a dry, straight, not much going on, but a nice strong beat. That's and that's what I like about bluegrass as well. It's acoustic and it's quite genuine.
Yeah.
In the bluegrass field, I was influenced by Bill Monroe, Flatt Scruggs, Stanley Brothers, and Reno and Smiley, people like that.
Well, as a fiddle player, I've been crazy about it since I was a little kid because my dad's an awesome fiddle player, and so I got going on when I was about 12, and I knew a zillion tunes in my head, so it was just a matter of putting it down, and then I discovered all these great fiddle players from different genres. Vassar Clemens, bluegrass, played that old Nitty Gritty Dance Circle album, great style. For jazz, Joe Venuti, Western swing, Johnny Gimbel. The best bluegrass fiddler of all, I think, is Stuart Duncan, just a phenom, and you try to emulate your heroes and play like them, and so from the different styles it comes
and
together.
that must be quite an experience growing up with somebody so close to you, having that powerful influence.
Musical family, all my brothers playing. We've been playing dances since we were little kids,
that
and
helps.
still to this day, So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, thanks.
And well, banjo, of course, Earl Scruggs, but there was a banjo player that moved to Didsbury, and he taught me by the name of Jake Peters, and he was a very innovative and unique banjo player, phenomenal, amazing, one of the best Canadian banjo players. And music-wise, I listened to a lot of country music growing up. There was music always playing, and again, those storytellers, the Johnny Horton stories and the Johnny Cash stories, but as well as Stompin' Tom, and even in some of the current stuff like Tim Huss and of course Gordon Lightfoot. So a lot of those people influence.
You're not going to
us.
mention Prince? You can say it.
I do love Prince. I love Prince and I love Justin Timberlake. I think they're extremely talented musicians. Yeah.
So all kinds of different influences coming together then.
Well, I mean, that's what we really enjoy as a band, is that we do really bring distinct music, and we're hardcore music fanatics. You know, we host a radio station, actually, a radio show called Prairie Pickin' with CGSR, which is the University of Alberta station, and we listen to a lot of music, and we know a lot of songs, and we just really enjoy playing, and it's fun
That's
to play
great.
with.
It definitely shows, especially when you have those dancing moves out there on the stage. And what's behind the song "The Grass Cannot Be Greener"?
Well, it's kind of a song about a small town. I come from a small town, and I guess some people have the impression that everything is just perfect in a small town, and but really there's a lot of turmoil, and people aren't always comfortable as you might think. So it kind of talks about how some people get it and others don't, and hopefully some of them eventually realize what they had.
They'd heard the streets were paved with gold. Gone had stayed behind her, was the last man to live in Beaufort Cove. I told them the grass cannot be greener where it doesn't even grow. That seemed clear to him right from the start. Some things that you need to learn, there are others you just know. In your heart, Mary said she'd stay beside him. The times got tough and she felt that city pull. Mary said goodbye. Ain't gonna cry, no, but still he would not go. I told her the grass cannot be greener where it doesn't even grow. That seemed clear to him right from the start. Some things that you need to learn, there are others you just know. In your heart, see just what they had. She was coming home, now knew what he meant when gone it said. The grass cannot be greener where it doesn't even grow. That seemed clear to him right from the start. Some things that you need to learn, there are others you just know. In your heart,